Seth, guys always talk about just how intense these training camps are for the Panthers. They credit a lot of their success to these camps. You guys, we'll get to that in a couple of days here. Just what have you heard about Cats camp and how much you said they kind of go through a full camp here with the Cats for the first time?
Yeah, definitely excited. I've heard it's pretty difficult the first 4 days. I'm kind of used to a tough camp I had towards, back in the day when the PA wasn't too involved in camp. So we were doing, 2-a-days and things like that. But I'm excited to kind of get back to that and be pushed there for the first few days of camp.
And obviously you already acclimated for everything last year. But will it mean something to kind of start from day one here with the team this year?
Definitely. I think I came in, obviously you're just kind of get right into the mix of things when you come at the deadline and do your best to get acclimated with the team and things like that. But even, I was here all summer, did training here all summer with a few guys. And then even pre-camp here, I can just feel myself a little bit more comfortable around everybody. It feels like I've been here for a lot of years. So I'm happy that everyone's kind of back and the skates have been pretty good the last few weeks.
Seth, kind of along those lines, you mentioned last year when you were acquired at the trade deadline, you obviously took on a ton of responsibility, a ton of minutes right away. When you look back at last year, can you kind of pinpoint maybe like a turning point where you started to really feel comfortable with the system and kind of know specifically your role with this team?
Yeah, it's hard to pinpoint really one game. I feel like right when I got here, it was definitely an adjustment. Just coming from a system where the D stand the dots, the forwards track, the D kind of give ice a little bit more in the teams I've been in prior years. So that was an adjustment, just watching video every day with Sly and the coaching staff and trying to really, it was more mental than actually physical. Just being able to trust everyone around you and, this is my guy. I'm going to stop him and not worry about anything else. So that was the biggest hurdle. I feel like once the playoffs hit, I don't know what happened, but I think I started to just trust myself in that situation a little bit more. And as the playoffs went on, I felt just more and more comfortable every single day, every single game. So, I obviously want to be a big part of the team, but at the same time, we have a lot of great players here, and just want to do my role to the best I can, and however many minutes that is, just try to be perfect in that role.
Seth, for you, it was probably shortest offseason you've had. Just what adjustment did you make to your offseason routine with such little time compared to what you probably had in the past?
Yeah, when you don't make the playoffs, your offseason is almost 5 months, so it's a whole lot different. Your training plan is a whole lot different. So I think coming into this summer, there's not much time to really get bigger and stronger. You really have to focus on endurance the most of the summer, just kind of staying in that game shape from what you left in late June. So had a great plan with the trainers here. I enjoyed my time here this summer. But really the last few weeks started skating pretty hard. But a lot of it was off the ice, quickness, agility, just keeping the feet moving, just staying explosive.
Yeah, you had a play last year, I remember, game 7, I think it was one game 7, I'm not sure, where you didn't touch the puck, and it went, and you got to play outside, right, by not touch the puck.
Mm-hmm.
Do you recall that, and what was
Yep.
the mind in that? I mean, everything's happening so fast, and I know the game looks slower to you guys than it does to us watching it, but it's such a critical moment, such a heads-up play. Like, how do you process all that information in that short span of time?
Yeah, it's just, I think it's just the awareness of the game. You're just kind of in it. You're not thinking about little things like that within the game. And I think there's a lot of plays that happen in a game where it's just instinct and it's just boom, boom. Whether you're making a kind of a blind play to the middle based off instinct or based off someone talking to you. But that play, I remember Gage tried to finish his check on Tavares, and I ended up jumping that pass off. And I just remember looking over, and it was tight. I mean, I still don't even know to this day how it was pretty close. We're talking inches. So just tried to hope for the best there and slow myself down as much as I could. But he did a great job of trying to create the contact and then getting back as fast as he could, and that's what really made the goal.
Did you have a pretty good time Saturday night?
I did. That was awesome. Yeah, that was a great game. We went on the field before the game. It was raining out. That was a pretty cool experience at that game. And they came out with a big win. Got a little scary at the end, but they did it.
You're a Texas guy. You grew up a college football fan?
A little bit. Definitely more NFL. Cowboys, unfortunately. I'm not proud to say it, but yeah, so not too much college football growing up, but mainly NFL.
Have you thought much about what Thursday night will feel like?
I haven't really thought about it, no. Just, it's obviously going to be an awesome experience for the first time. A lot of the guys, it'll be their second time, but I think it'll be, sort of the closing of that season, so to speak, maybe, and trying to turn the page to this season. And I think one thing I've noticed about this team, even, here before campus started, it's, this is obviously the second one, so they're used to it, but at the same time, they understand the process that it takes, and it starts right away in camp, and you can't continue to celebrate something that happened last year. So it's going to be a great night for family, friends, wives, kids, and a lot of that thing, and for the organization as a whole. But I think everyone's kind of looking forward to getting the new season started as well, and turning the page on that.
How important is that mindset, and that you're not trying to win a third in a row, in their case, a second in a row, but you're trying to win the extra stuff?
Yeah, I mean, playoffs don't start, right now. There's definitely a process, and nothing's earned. You got to earn your way into that playoff spot every single night. And I think since I've been here, I think a lot of the guys understand, and the coaching staff understands that it's not just given to you, just because of what we've done the last couple of years. So the process is something that has to be cherished, and I think the guys in here do.
Seth, you got to spend a few days up in Michigan with the Olympic orientation camp. Just what did it mean to get the invite and to know that the prospect of potentially making Team USA for the Olympics, just what does that mean to you?
Yeah, it means a lot. I think probably 6 or 7 months ago, my name probably wasn't in there. I'm grateful that I came to a situation where I could, my game could really open back up and, try to play to the best of my ability. And so I'm happy that my name is kind of in that list, in that long list at the moment. And I think it's up to me to, to play. Obviously, I want to play a great team game, but play to the best of my ability to try to make that team. It's a major honor to be a part of the Olympics and Team USA. And every time I put it on, growing up and in the past, it's been an amazing experience. So, hopefully, I get a chance to do that again.
When you were growing up, how much did what you obviously get a memory of it because you're not old like us, but how much does the 1980 team, when you grow up playing hockey in this country, especially at a level like yours, how big of a story is that? How big of an inspiration is what those kids were?
Yeah, I think especially as an American kid, but as a hockey kid in general, I think everyone's seen Miracle more than once, the movie, and so it's an extremely inspirational movie. The way that, and it wasn't even NHLers at that point, so they were even faced with a bigger task than what the current players face now, and the level of competition they were faced against. So that's obviously a huge inspiration to American kids. And the dream of playing in the Olympics and winning the Olympics. And, gold medal is something that, can't be replicated, and everyone wants to win it.
What kind of challenge does that represent for you guys this season, the Olympics? 10, 12 guys from this Panther team are going to be playing for 2-3 weeks, whenever a lot of other teams are just resting. And, with all the games this team's played, now you've got Olympics in there. I mean, how do you guys kind of approach that or look at that?
I think it's going to be pretty similar. I wasn't here, but I think it'll be pretty similar to last year when the Four Nations happened. I know it'll be more games this year. What was Four Nations? 4 games maybe? Yeah. And this could be potentially 7 or 8, I think, at the Olympics if you go gold medal. So a few more games, a little bit more time. But one thing that I know this team prioritizes is just being here in the second half of the season last year and how many games they played up to that point. It's rest on off days. It's getting what you need. It's being physically and mentally prepared each day. And it's really on a get what you need basis. If you're tired one day, do the things necessary to make sure you're ready to play the game. And so I think we prioritize health, we prioritize endurance here, and I don't see that changing.